The Ark of the Covenant remains one of the most enigmatic relics in human history, captivating scholars, archaeologists, and treasure hunters for centuries. According to biblical accounts, the Ark housed the stone tablets inscribed with the Ten Commandments given to Moses on Mount Sinai. Its powerful presence symbolized divine protection for the Israelites during their journey through the desert and in battle. Yet, after the destruction of the first temple in Jerusalem by the Babylonians in 587 BC, the Ark disappeared, its final resting place a mystery shrouded in legend. Numerous expeditions and countless theories have been proposed regarding the Ark's location, but one discovery in the 20th century may provide a critical clue: the Copper Scrolls. Today, we delve deep into the world of the Copper Scrolls, their fascinating discovery, and the possibility that they contain a roadmap to the Ark of the Covenant, hidden treasure, and ancient Jewish history. The Copper Scroll, a unique find in Qumran. In 1947, a Bedouin shepherd stumbled upon a series of caves near the ancient settlement of Qumran in the West Bank region, sparking one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Inside the caves were hundreds of ancient manuscripts that would come to be known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. Written on parchment and papyrus, these scrolls contained religious texts, biblical passages, and writings that provide insight into the beliefs of the Jewish sect, believed to have lived in Qumran, possibly the Essenes. Among these scrolls found in Cave 3 in 1952 was something extraordinary, a scroll unlike the others, made entirely of copper. The Copper Scroll was written in Hebrew, though its purpose was far removed from the religious and community-oriented themes of the other Dead Sea Scrolls. This scroll, instead, contained a detailed list of hidden treasures. Measuring about 8 feet long when unrolled, the Copper Scroll was so corroded by time that it had to be cut into strips to be read. Once deciphered, the scroll revealed a treasure map of sorts, listing 64 locations where vast quantities of gold, silver, and sacred artifacts were allegedly hidden. These treasures are thought to have been buried to protect them from foreign invaders, possibly during the Babylonian conquest of Jerusalem or even earlier during the reign of King Solomon. The Copper Scroll stands out because it is purely a catalogue of treasures, with no commentary, theology, or explanation as to why or when the treasures were hidden. Some believe it refers to actual, undiscovered treasures from the First Temple in Jerusalem, raising the tantalizing possibility that one of these treasures could be the Ark of the Covenant itself. The Ark of the Covenant, a biblical artifact of divine power. Before we explore how the Copper Scroll may connect to the Ark of the Covenant, let's revisit the significance of this holy artifact. According to the Bible, the Ark of the Covenant was a sacred chest crafted by the Israelites under Moses' instruction during their exodus from Egypt. It was designed to house the 2 stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, alongside Aaron's rod and a jar of manna. The Ark symbolized God's covenant with the Israelites and was a powerful representation of his divine presence. The Ark was built according to specific instructions given by God and made of acacia wood, overlaid with gold, and topped with 2 cherubim. It was placed in the Holy of Holies, the innermost sanctum of the Tabernacle, and later the first temple in Jerusalem. The Israelites believed that God's presence was physically manifest in the Ark, and it was carried into battles, often ensuring victory as long as the Israelites remained obedient to God's commands. However, after the first temple's destruction by the Babylonians, the Ark vanished. Some believe it was destroyed, while others suggest it was hidden by the temple priests to keep it safe from the invaders. Its disappearance has left generations of archaeologists and religious scholars speculating about its fate, with some suggesting that the Copper Scroll may hold the key to its whereabouts. Theories about the Copper Scroll and the Ark. The Copper Scroll is unique, not only because of its medium, but also because of the precision with which it describes the locations of the hidden treasures. Each of the 64 entries on the scroll gives detailed instructions for finding treasures, often referencing landmarks such as tombs, cisterns, aqueducts, and pools. Some scholars believe the treasures described may include items from the first temple in Jerusalem, including sacred objects such as gold vessels, silver ingots, and religious artifacts. Because the Ark of the Covenant was such a central feature of the first temple, many have wondered whether it could be among the treasures listed in the Copper Scroll. Though the Ark is not mentioned directly, some researchers believe the Ark could be hidden in one of the locations described in the scroll, possibly under a more general reference to a treasure of great religious significance. One compelling theory is that the treasures listed in the Copper Scroll were hidden in the area around Qumran itself. The Qumran settlement was a desert community, and its inhabitants, often thought to be the Essenes, were known for their strict religious observance and dedication to preserving sacred texts. It is possible that these residents may have been entrusted with protecting temple treasures, hiding them in the caves and hills around their settlement to keep them safe from invaders. Modern investigations. Jim Barfield's search for the Ark. Among the many researchers captivated by the Copper Scroll's potential connection to the Ark of the Covenant is Jim Barfield, a former fire investigator from Oklahoma. Barfield, using the skills honed in his career, meticulously examined the Copper Scroll's text and compared its descriptions to the geography of the Qumran region. His conclusion: the scroll's detailed instructions aligned closely with physical landmarks in and around the settlement. Barfield's research led him to believe that the scroll was a precise guide to hidden treasures in Qumran, possibly including the Ark of the Covenant. In 2007, Barfield and his team began an effort to locate some of the treasures mentioned in the scroll. Using advanced metal detection technology, Barfield claimed to have found significant quantities of metal buried in one of the locations described in the scroll, though full excavation efforts have been hindered by the sensitive political and religious nature of the area. His findings, though not yet fully verified, have captured the imagination of both scholars and treasure hunters, suggesting that a major discovery may still be waiting beneath the sands of Qumran. Alternative theories about the Ark's fate. While the Copper Scroll presents one of the most intriguing leads in the search for the Ark of the Covenant, it is far from the only theory. Over the centuries, various theories have emerged about where the Ark might be hidden, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. One of the most popular theories is that the Ark was taken to Ethiopia. According to Ethiopian tradition, the Ark resides in the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Aksum, where it is guarded by a single monk who is not allowed to leave the church's grounds. Ethiopian Christians believe that the Ark was brought to their country by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. While this theory has been popularized by explorers and authors, no conclusive evidence has been found to support the claim. Another prominent theory is that the Ark is still hidden somewhere beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. The Temple Mount is the site of the first and second temples and is one of the holiest places in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Excavations on the Temple Mount are strictly controlled due to the site's religious significance and political sensitivity. Some researchers believe that the Ark could be concealed in an undiscovered chamber or tunnel beneath the mount, hidden away during the Babylonian siege. A third theory suggests that the Ark was hidden by the prophet Jeremiah or the temple priests before the destruction of the first temple. According to the Book of Maccabees, Jeremiah hid the Ark in a cave on Mount Nebo, the mountain where Moses is said to have viewed the Promised Land before his death. This theory, while based on ancient Jewish texts, has yet to lead to any conclusive discoveries. Could the Copper Scroll be a religious decoy? Another fascinating theory posits that the Copper Scroll may have been a form of decoy or religious misdirection. Some scholars suggest that the scroll might not have been a literal treasure map, but rather a symbolic or metaphorical document meant to divert attention from the true location of the hidden treasures, including the Ark of the Covenant. Given the intense religious and political strife during the periods of the scroll's creation, it's possible that those who hid the treasures understood the danger of their retrieval by foreign powers or rival factions. If the treasures were indeed linked to the first temple in Jerusalem, the people responsible for their concealment might have wanted to safeguard them not just from immediate threats like the Babylonians, but from future generations who might misuse the artifacts for political or religious gain. As a result, they could have created a misleading document, the Copper Scroll, to misguide those who sought the treasures for selfish purposes. This concept of a decoy treasure map would align with the deeply religious nature of the Qumran community, who may have viewed their sacred texts and artifacts as requiring divine protection. The treasures described could be symbolic, representing spiritual truths or values instead of physical wealth. This interpretation opens up a new dimension to the Copper Scroll's meaning, suggesting that the true treasure may not lie in gold or silver, but in the spiritual heritage of the Jewish people. If true, this adds yet another layer of mystery and complexity to the already enigmatic connection between the Copper Scroll and the Ark of the Covenant. It reminds us that, in the ancient world, sacred objects and texts often carried meaning far beyond their material value, serving as instruments of faith, devotion, and, in some cases, protection from those who might seek to exploit their power. The enduring mystery of the Ark of the Covenant. Despite decades of research, exploration, and speculation, the Ark of the Covenant remains elusive. The Copper Scroll offers one of the most tantalizing clues in the search for the Ark, with its detailed descriptions of hidden treasures sparking the imagination of those seeking this ancient relic. Whether or not the Ark is among the treasures listed in the scroll, the Copper Scroll provides an extraordinary glimpse into the secret history of the Jewish people and their efforts to protect their sacred possessions. The quest for the Ark of the Covenant is more than just a search for a lost artifact. It is a journey through history, mythology, and faith. The Ark, which once symbolized the divine presence of God among the Israelites, continues to captivate the world. Its mystery draws together elements of religious devotion, archaeological intrigue, and the allure of hidden treasures waiting to be found. As researchers like Jim Barfield continue their work, we may be on the cusp of a major breakthrough in understanding the Copper Scroll and its connection to the Ark of the Covenant. Until then, the scroll remains a tantalizing puzzle, one that could potentially unlock one of the greatest secrets in human history.